Hello and welcome to opening day here at York Baseball Field in Elmhurst, Illinois, where your York Dukes host the Addison Trail Blazers here. And first pitch just a few moments away. Alongside John Finucane, I'm Connor Choi. We're going to get things started in just a few moments here. We'll step aside. The pregame show coming your way here on York Sports Network. Hello, and we welcome you back from the short break. Addison Trail just wrapping up their infield, and things will get underway here soon. Alongside John Finucane, I'm Connor Choi. John, we watched York face off yesterday. They won at Glenbard East in their season opener. Now they take on Addison Trail a day later in their home opener. I mean, what were some things that they did well yesterday that contributed to their victory?
You know, Connor, I think the score speaks for itself. 10-2. Josh Fleming, you know, they say the first hit of your season is what defines the rest of your season. Second pitch of the game, he goes yard, home run, hits the pavement outside. You know, that's got to show something for this team. A lot of improvements stepping up. They have Matt Young, the starting pitcher today, called up his freshman year to sophomore baseball. So that's something to look out for. Jack Bodak pitched 4 scoreless innings, and Ryan Lazowski has definitely improved defensively at his position. You know, also a new coach that we have coming up. Coached a bunch of the kids over here. You have Fleming and Drew Gammy, who are 2 of the ones that he coached a lot. He coached for White Sox Elite, and he's always wanted to coach high school, so here's his big step up.
Dave Arnold, a great addition to this team. First-year head coach River Pitlock, a longtime pitching coach of the varsity team. He gets his chance to manage this Duke squad that's pretty similar to last year. Obviously, you're losing a lot of talent in terms of the pitching side, so we'll see how things work out for them here. You know, this is staff battling with injuries, so it'll be interesting to see how they can recover. But a guy like Matt Young getting called up to varsity, that's huge for this pitching depth, and we'll see how he fares in his first career start today. We'll step aside one more time. First pitch coming up in a few minutes here on York Sports Network. We welcome you back from the short break. The time is 4:40 p.m. It's 56 degrees outside, no sun with a slight breeze, so it's a bit of a brisk playing day for the young men on the field. Let's meet your starting lineup. So the lineup for Addison Trail, Casey Carlson leading it off, Louis Franzalk, the second hitter, Jonathan Valdez in the 3 spot, Matt Garcia batting cleanup, Trevor Sosin in the 5-hole, Joe Colfing in batting 6th, Santino Dill batting 7th, Robbie Morales batting 8th, and Tyler Eigelman rounding things out at the bottom. He's your designated hitter batting 9th. Defensively for the Dukes, it's Drew Gami in center field, Austin Jeva in left, Jackson Bowie in right. Third base, Nick Gallen. First base, Ryan Lazowski. And your middle infielders are Josh Fleming at second base and Luke Pazinski at shortstop. Behind the dish is Owen Chale, and of course, like we mentioned, the young left-handed starter on the mound, Matt Young. John, you mentioned a little bit about him in our pregame. Called up to the sophomore team his freshman year. Now he's splitting time between sophomore and varsity. He's called on to pitch. It's his first start ever, so we'll see how he fares the second game.
You know, you gotta feel for the kid. He's definitely got to be nervous. You know, first time called up to varsity, but he's not something that isn't familiar with. Sorry for my stutter, but he came up his freshman year to play sophomore baseball, so he's known how to get called up to these levels. So I don't think the nerves are something that's going to impact him today. But you know, I'm excited to see what we got from him. And split in time, hopefully he's not tired later because they play.
We'll see what the rest of the pitching staff looks like today. Andrew Papadopoulos is a likely arm to come out in relief for the Dukes. He was supposed to pitch yesterday. They ended up going out by so many runs. They ended up going with Jack Lonergan and Sean Schmacher to finish the game off in their 10-2 victory against Glenbard East. We're sending it down, and now first pitch just about to start here, and Casey Carlson getting ready to step into the batter's box for the first time today.
Now batting for Addison Trail. Oh, ha, ha, ha. There we go. I'll announce it for the next kid.
Umpires getting ready here, and now we're underway. First pitch here at York High School in 2025 is on the way. Young comes set, delivers, and Carlson fouls the first one straight back into the net. And this is how we start. Matt Young starts his varsity career off with the strike. 0-1 the count. Young coming set. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 2. Carlson absolutely frozen on the two-seamer, and quickly he finds himself in the deep hole, 0-2. Young comes set. The 0-2 on its way. Hit softly on the ground. Right to Lazowski. Takes 2 steps to the bag, and that's the first out of the inning. Matt Young makes quick work of Casey Carlson, getting him out in 3 pitches.
That ball had any more speed, he would have been able to make it to first, but that first baseman was able to get him out. Ryan Lazowski.
Now batting for Addison Trail, number 88, Louis Franchek.
Franchek steps in, and Young misses up high, ball 1. Carlson hit that one right at Lazowski. Slow roller. Maybe if that one's to Nick Allen, he's got a chance, but when you hit it right to the first baseman, absolutely no chance to get on base there, barring disaster, but Lazowski, clean play. Young misses the next one upstairs as well, so 2-0 count for the 2-hitter for the Blazers. Young misses outside there, hits Chale's glove, and now Franzalk finds himself in a 3-0 count.
Yeah, maybe nerves are getting to him. Maybe it was the announcer's jinx that we always talk about, Connor.
So after starting with 3 straight strikes, it's 3 straight balls for Matt Young. Now he comes set trying to come back, and it's a 4-pitch walk, and the Blazers have a man on.
Yeah, it got to be tough. You know, you get that first strike, and now you get this.
Jonathan Valdez.
Jonathan Valdez digging in. Batting third today. Young comes set. Fires in, swing and a miss. High heat. Valdez couldn't catch up, and the count is 0-1. Seen nothing but fastballs from Matt Young yet. We'll see if he changes it up here. The 0-1 on its way is a changeup that swung on him and missed. This time Valdez way early. So way late on the high heat and now way ahead of that changeup. Quickly finds himself in a hole, 0-2. Young comes set, the 0-2 on its way. Swung on and missed, strike 3, went to the changeup, and he retires Valdez, and now there's 2 away. A 3-pitch strikeout for Matt Young as he's starting to make quick work of the first 4 hitters, but Matt Garcia digs in, the cleanup man for Addison Trail, trying to keep this inning alive. Young comes set, runner goes. This one's in the dirt, no throw from Chael as he's just trying to block it, so Franzall can't make it to third, so credit him with a stolen base there, and now there's a man in scoring position with 2 outs.
Definitely just want to keep this inning alive. You already got a man on at second with a stolen base.
Young comes set, looks back at the runner, now fires in, ball number 2. It's the count now 2-0. Young trying to work outside his fastball, just missing a bit high. Just got to bring it down just a tad. Chael still setting up outside. Young comes set, steps off, and he's got him there, and it's off the glove of Fleming, and it goes into the outfield. Late jump. Here's the throw from Gami all the way to third. This one's a bad throw. Allen slides, and he's able to corral it there. So Nick Allen doing a good job of saving a run, but now there's a man 90 feet away from scoring. On the error off of Josh Fleming, just hit his glove and went straight into center field. Gami didn't get the best throw. Count still 2-0. Young coming set, fires it in, swung on and missed. Some great tail on the 2-seamer there, and now the count's 2-1. Franzall at third, 90 feet away from scoring like previously mentioned. Young, another fastball right down the pipe. Runners going, quick flip back, the throw home, and they got him. Heads up play from Matt Young, and he gets out of it, giving up no runs there. Great job by Young and the catcher, Chael.
Yeah, he definitely wanted it. Saw some wheels on him going from first to second, then second to third, and those wheels kind of started to die out, and he eventually got out.
Caught stealing a walk, but 3 up, 3 batters faced only for Matt Young as we head to the bottom of the first where the Dukes look to lead it off. Your first 3 coming up. Nick Allen, Luke Pazinski, and Josh Fleming here for the home opener on York Sports Network. Back here for the bottom of the first. 0-0 your score with the Dukes coming up to bat here. Defensively, we'll go through the starting lineups for York. It's Nick Allen leading things off. Luke Pazinski batting second. Josh Fleming with the home run yesterday batting third. Owen Chale, your cleanup hitter. Ryan Lazowski batting fifth. Drew Gami batting sixth. Jack Bodek, your designated hitter, batting seventh. Austin Jeva in right field batting eighth. And left field. And Jackson Bowie rounding things out, batting ninth. Defensively for Addison Trail, left field, you've got Trevor Sosa. In center field, you've got Louis Franchalk and Casey Carlson in right field. Hot corners, you've got Robbie Morales at third. Santino Dill at first, your middle infielders. Joe Kolfing at second. First pitch on its way, and it's in there for strike one to Nick Allen. Shortstop is going to be Jonathan Valdez. Behind the plate today, Matt Garcia, and on the mound, J.J. Saboka. Starts Nick Allen with strike one, bounces in, ball one there.
You know, kind of, the more I look at these striped uniforms, I'm just starting to love them even more.
They do have some pretty cool uniforms, especially pinstripes away uniforms, not what you're used to seeing. Coming set, swung on and missed, goes to the changeup there. Allen way ahead of that, and now he falls behind 1-2. Saboka comes set. The 1-2 on its way is bounced low and away, so ball two. The count is now even. Allen moving way up the lineup. He was batting seventh yesterday. Saboka comes set, 2-2 on its way. Outside, went to the slider there, ball three, so the count is full. Payoff pitch on the way is popped up by Allen into shallow right field. And the play will be made by the second baseman, Kolfing. So there's one away. Getting out of the full count there is Saboka, and he retires the leadoff hitter. Now Luke Pazinski steps into the box. LP with a pair of strikeouts yesterday. Went 0 for 3 on the day with a weak ground out. Looks to come back today. Ball one upstairs from Saboka, and Pazinski ahead in the count 1-0. Biggest thing for him is getting ahead and attacking on the fastballs. We'll see what he does here. Fouls back a changeup into fair territory. Actually, I'm sorry, not foul. It came back by the first base side, and the play is eventually made. So there's two quick pop-outs as Dill, the one on that, coming down with it. And now Josh Fleming steps up to bat with two away. Saboka getting two weak pop-outs. Has 2 outs, no men on, and Josh Fleming steps into the box, goes slider on the first pitch, and it's low and away. So Fleming starts ahead in the count 1-0. Saboka coming set. The 1-0 on the way, and Fleming tops that one, hits it on the ground foul, so the count evens out, a ball and a strike. One. Here's the pitch, and big bending slider that catches the inside part of the plate for strike two.
Looks like if it didn't bend in, it almost hit him. Looking for another arm hit.
He's got a slow slurve pitch there, Saboka does. Now the 1-2 on its way is upstairs. Tried to go to the high heat. Fleming does not bite. Dukes had their fair share of strikeouts in yesterday's game, so they're definitely going to want to cut back on that. Despite scoring 10 runs, strikeouts were definitely a big issue. And this slider is hit in the air, shallow center field. Underneath it is Franzalkin. He makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Saboka. So we're scoreless after one. We head to the top of the second coming up here soon. Back here for the top of the second inning, Matt Young ready to start his second inning of work, and Matt Garcia steps into the box for the second time as the inning ended as they caught Louis Franzalk on the delayed steal home that got Young out of the inning.
Looks like some communication from the dugout. Stop the play a little bit.
Young coming set. The second first pitch to Garcia is on the way, and it's inside for ball one. So the count is 1-0. Garcia, Addison Trails cleanup hitter as he fouls this one to the right side out of play. So the count now 1-1.
Just right before the fence. Hopefully it doesn't hit a car.
There's been a couple of incidents of players fouling some off and hitting cars as St. Charles to the right side of the field. Young's going to miss outside, so the count now 2-1. Choi throws it over his head, and now Fleming's got to come over and give him a little assist. Two balls and a strike on Garcia. Young coming set. Here's the pitch. Misses low, so the count now 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, hopefully he can calm down a little bit, get some things center mass, and not looking for heaters, just looking for some center mass shots.
3-1 on its way. Swung on and missed. Good change up there from Young, and the count is now full.
So that's what we're looking for, just like I said it.
Young coming set. The payoff pitch is hit shallow right field, giving chase is Fleming, and he makes the catch running backwards, so there's one away.
Yeah, nice run from Fleming. Very impressive going backwards, tracking the ball. That's what you see kind of in the major leagues in those video games.
Trevor Sosin now, the left fielder for Addison Trail, stepping up to bat for the first time. Got our first lefty-lefty matchup of the day for Matt Young, who fires in a strike as Sosin fouls it off the netting, and he's down 0-1. Young liked the ball he was using before, and I don't blame him. Through a quick inning of work. Comes set, the 0-1 on its way, and this one's hit hard, and Young just missed it. Pazinski sliding, fires it, and not in time, so an infield single for Trevor Sosin. Pazinski thinks he should have had one. Man, if he got that, that would have been a ridiculous play.
Yeah, a little hesitant from Pazinski. I understand why he's mad, but, you know, you just got to mind of a goldfish, Connor. Short-lived plays, you know, just be a goldfish, Connor.
He almost slipped. I mean, it was drizzling earlier today, so maybe it's probably a little bit more wet than you really would have thought. So now Young has traffic for the second straight inning. Comes set, and this one gets away from Choi, and that'll be second base for Sosin. This one just hit off the end of his glove, and that's ball one to Joe Colthing. Young checks back on the runner at second, comes set, and he fires in a strike, clipping the bottom outside corner. The count evens out. A ball and a strike now on Colthing. Young comes set. The 1-1 on its way, but before you can get to there, Colthing calls time. Young did a double take on Sosin over on second base.
You know, Connor, with the sophomore practice right behind Young, he's got to be thinking, what would I be doing right now?
Getting the sign from Coach Pitlock in the dugout. 2 balls and a strike, the count to Colthing. So he missed the last one upstairs. Young coming set, steps back, fires it over the Fleming, but diving back safely is Sosin, as he never really had that big of a lead to begin with.
Yeah, Kind of awkward place to dive if you really think about it. He was only like a couple feet off the pillow, so.
Young comes set. The 2-on on its way is in there for strike 2. Clips the outside edge of the plate. Really nice two-seamer there from Matt Young. And I'll tell you, John, he's got some great tail on that two-seamer.
Yeah, definitely, Connor. Something he's probably been working for a while and just showing it out right now.
Some great arm side run. The 2-2 hits softly on the ground. Allen cuts it off, gathers himself, fires it over to Lazowski, and there's a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. Santino Dill now getting ready to step into the box. Sosin moves over the third. So once again, Young finds himself with 2 outs and a man 90 feet away from scoring.
Something he isn't familiar with. Had it earlier this first inning.
Young comes set. Misses inside. Almost clips Dill's rib cage. Chael being a little bit more cognizant of the fact that there might be a delayed steal on for the Blazers. Taking just a bit of an extra second holding onto that ball. This one's skied in the air in foul territory. Chael underneath, and he can't make the catch as it's over the fence.
Right into the stands. Come on, guys.
Count evens out a ball and a strike.
Yeah, there's 2 things you worry about hitting: a fan and a car over here. And you're going to hit one day.
Young coming set, the 1-1 on its way. Swung on, hit on the ground, Lazowski, and he's got himself another unassisted play over at first base. And Young escapes the traffic as it's another scoreless frame for the sophomore. We head to the bottom of the second, coming on your way here on York Sports Network. Back for the bottom of the second inning. Owen Shale stepping into the box. Smoka comes set. First pitch on the way is outside, ball 1. Shale hitless in yesterday's game. So looks to get his first hit of the season. Saboka comes set, the 1-0, bounces it in again. He skipped in a couple of fastballs there, trying to work around the knees, but having a hard time locating in some instances, and you see it on display right there. Count quickly moves to 2-0. Chael in a very favorable count here to start the second, and an even more favorable count as Saboka misses inside, counts 3-0.
Chael was dodging a couple pitches yesterday when we watched Connor. I mean, even though he was hitless, it looked like he was almost going to get hit.
He was battling for sure. 3-0 on the way, and he misses upstairs. It's a 4-pitch walk for Owen Chael.
Next up for the Dukes, first baseman number 9, Ryan Lazowski.
Ryan Lazowski now the batter. We'll see who the courtesy runner is going to be. And it'll be Colby Baird, the courtesy runner for Owen Chael. who will go back to the dugout to get the gear on. Baird enters for the first time this season. Did not make an appearance in yesterday's game.
Baird's definitely a runner you're going to want on your team. You know, we saw the speed when he played in York football.
That speedy little receiver they got there. Now Lazowski stepping in. So Soboka, his first base runner of the day. 4-pitch walk to Owen Shale. Now Baird at first, and Lazowski hits this one on the ground, and it's trouble. And Lazowski will head to first, and that one just ate up the third baseman Morales, and that took a weird hop, and the rain just messing up these ground balls in all sorts of ways. So Lazowski reaching on an error, and Drew Gami now the batter.
Yeah, it looks like that ball also had a lot of spin to it. Just almost rolled out of his glove. Well, it did roll out of his glove.
So Baird in scoring position, no outs, Drew Gami the batter, following Lazowski reaching on an error. First pitch to Gami, swung on and missed. Good outside fastball from Soboka there. Count is 0-1. Gami, a starter all of last year for the Dukes varsity team, continues to play, but he's moved to center field this season, and he'll pop this one up. Shallow center field. Who's got it? And coming in and making the catch is going to be Franz Alk, and there's one away. So weak fly out for Drew Gami in 2 pitches, and now Jack Bodak steps in.
Franz Alk loses his hat looking up.
Jack Bodak, who started yesterday's game, gets his first at-bat of the season, was DH'd for, but Coach Pitlock wants to add some lefty presence into the lineup. Spoka comes set, and breaking ball to Bodak is upstairs, ball 1. Bodak did not really hit at all last year, was mainly a PO, came out of the bullpen a lot. Now he's getting his chance, a shot at everyday playing time in the lineup. Slider outside, ball 2. And really for the Dukes, it was kind of the story last year, same thing this year, John. The DH position is up for grabs. You saw Charlie Martin get the nod yesterday at DH. Today it's Jack Bodak, and I think Coach Pitlock's just trying to figure out who that everyday guy will be going into conference play of the season. Soboka steps back, nails Baird with a soft throw back over to second. Wasn't even close to getting it over to Valdez. Instead hits Baird in the bicep.
Yeah, again, with that DH position just kind of up for grabs. We're going to see a lot of different players having that position depending on if Jack Bodak performs good.
Baird goes, throw down to third as Baird slides in. He gets under the tag. He's safe. Colby Baird 90 feet away from scoring today's first run as Jack Bodak took it inside. So now he's got a 3-0 count.
I did tell you, Connor, that's the receiver you want on those pillows, and he shows it right there.
Catcher calling a play here. Defensive formation for the Blazers changing a little bit. Probably assuming the steal from Lazowski will occur here. Soboka comes set. Pitch to Bodak is in there for strike 1. Late call, but it got there. So the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Bodak had no intention of ever lifting the bat off his shoulders. 3-1 pitch on the way. Bodak hits this one up the middle, over the glove of the shortstop. It's a base hit in the left center field. Lazowski on his way to third, and the ball's underneath the glove of the center fielder. Bodak to second. They're not going to get him there. 2 runs are going to score. Baird and Lazowski come home, and the Dukes crack it open with a 2-0 lead following the RBI base hit from Jack Bodak.
Yeah, that a lot of fast running. You know, you got a player coming from second, and you got an incredibly fast one coming from third. Able to just get both in really quickly. That was a great hit and just right over the glove.
Now Austin Jeva steps into the plate for his first time today. Pops this one up sky high. And the catch will be made by the third baseman Morales, and now there's 2 away. So a 1-pitch out for Soboka, and that's exactly what he needed with a man in scoring position following giving up 2 runs. So Jeva's retired, and Jackson Bowie stepping into the box. His first start of the year. Didn't play much last year. Pinch hit yesterday, was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now he's got an opportunity here, getting the start in right field over Marco Giorno. Bowie takes strike one. Generous call from the umpire to Saboka, as that one looked to be just a tad outside. But nonetheless, Bowie will start in the hole 0-1. Oh, 1 on the way, and Saboka goes right back to that outside fastball. Bowie checks his swing, but it's going to be a called strike. Now Bowie in the hole, 0-2. Saboka comes set. Here's the pitch. Is down low. Went to the changeup. Couldn't get Bowie to go fishing, and now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bodak at second. The 1-2 on its way. Here's the pitch, and bounces in yet another changeup. So now Bowie battles his way back to even out the count, 2-2.
Looks like they're still looking for Bodak to steal to third, which isn't kind of what York is, their play style is from last year.
2-2 on its way. Bowie fouls it off, staying alive. Not the pitch you wanted, but would most definitely have been called a strike if you're following the way the last 2 strikes were called. So Bowie staying in there fighting. Still got a chance to tack on some more runs. Still have a man in scoring position. Saboka coming set the 2-2. They're going to do it again in there, and Bowie fouls it off again, this time off his foot.
Yeah, deep pitch, just right off the front of his cleat.
So Bowie and Saboka getting into a big battle here. Count's still 2-2. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball that Bowie fights off, so he'll see yet another pitch. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming here. Saboka coming set. Here's the pitch, and swung on and missed. Goes right back to the slider. This time he gets him, and Bowie goes down swinging. But not before the Dukes tack on 2 runs off 1 hit. RBI base hit from Jack Bodak. We'll head to the top of the third here in just a moment. You're watching York Varsity Baseball here on York Sports Network. Here for the top of the third inning, Matt Young still on the mound for the Dukes, set to begin his third inning of work, and he's going to face 8, 9, and 1. Robbie Morales leading things off. Young coming set, and Morales fouls off the first pitch, so he falls behind 0-1. Young comes set, the 0-1 on its way. Misses inside this time. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count.
Definitely looking for what pitch he can just go to a lot more with some of these more competitive hitters, and a lot of experiments.
Clips the outside edge there, fires in strike number 2, and his go-to pitch has seemed to be the that two-seamer, and it really works out in his favor. Umpire's calling a lot on the outside, and with that arm side run he's got on that two-seamer, it's just working to perfection for him. Morales fouls one off, I should say, so the count holds at 1-2. Haven't seen him mix in a lot of secondary pitches. We've seen the changeup a couple of times, but that's been about it.
Yeah, that one changeup, it kind of went to the ground a lot. He went to it a couple times, I think.
Just gets it to die, which is exactly what he wants. Swung on and missed. Young picks up strikeout number 2. Morales goes down swinging, and there's one away. And now Tyler Eigelman, the designated hitter, is stepping up to bat for the first time today.
Now batting number 4, Tyler Eigelman.
Not a good day to not have sleeves on. I was at the Lombard East game like I talked about, and I was in shorts. It was pretty cold.
It's probably colder yesterday than it was today, in all honesty. Young misses low and away, or low and inside, I should say. Ball 1.
Still not a good day not to wear sleeves. Stay toasty, folks.
Yeah, stay warm out there. Young misses low and away, so now 2-0. The count to Eigelman. Well, now everyone at home is staying warm because they're watching. Yeah, they're watching us at home. 2-0 on the way from Young is outside, so now 3-0.
Unless you're like my dad, watching at work.
Sure, he's still toasty.
Well, I mean, they probably had the garage open.
3-0. Young really needs to come back here and fire in a strike. Chael set up right down the middle. And Young can't put it there. Misses low and away. So a 4-pitch walk to the 9-hitter. Not what you want to see. As Casey Carlson steps in for the second time today. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Ryan Lazowski back in the first inning. Really weak contact. So Young handled him pretty well.
As I'm seeing him walk up, he's got a lot of drip, you know. Eye black, arm guard. Whole bag of tricks.
Generous call there. Late call, too. Not only was it a bit outside, it was also looked to be kind of upstairs, so that's a new one. But nonetheless, Young jumps ahead 0-1. Coming set. Next pitch is inside. Look out. This one skips away. Late jump for Eigelson. Not going to matter. He could walk there, and that's exactly what he does. Carlson getting out of the way so he doesn't get hit. Count evens out 1-1, so that'll be a wild pitch on Matt Young. Ball and a strike the count. Young comes set and misses upstairs. The count now 2 balls and a strike. Young gets the sign, coming set. The 2-1 on the way. Hit on the ground. Routine play for Pazinski. Cuts up, fires over to first, and he's going to get him. And Eigelson a little bit too far off the bag. Lazowski almost threw it there. So once again, Carlson's retired. 6-3 the put out there. Eigelman moves to third, and Louis Franchuk will step up to bat for his second time. He drew a walk and was eventually almost made it around the bases, but was caught stealing at home to end the first inning. Young comes set, and a swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Franchuk.
You know, this is York's home opener, but it is also the White Sox home opener. Just hit a 3-run home run to extend the lead to 6-0 against the Angels.
All those White Sox fans at home. This one's inside. The back pick from Chael is in there, and he gets them. There we go. Great job by Owen Chael, throwing it back over to Nick Allen, who applies the tag. And Eigelman sent back to the dugout, and yet another great defensive play from Owen Chael to help Matt Young get out of the inning. And we're heading to the bottom of the third. Your score is still 2-0. Addison Trail leaving another runner stranded in scoring position. Here for the bottom of the third inning, top of the order, coming up for the Dukes. Nick Allen digging in for the second time today. Popped out to the second baseman his first time up back in the first inning. Worked a full count. So it was pretty solid at bat. J.J. Soboka is still out there, and he fires in a slider for strike one, so Allen falls behind 0-1. Goes back to the slider there, but bounces it in the left-handed batter's box, so the count evens out, a ball and a strike. A 1-1 on the way. Allen, a big swing and a miss at a changeup. The second time Soboka has gotten him way ahead of a changeup. And now he jumps back ahead in the count, 1-2. Soboka coming set. Here's the pitch. And it's a slider that swung on and missed. Allen on his way to first, and the throw over is there. So Addison Trail able to complete the strikeout there. Good, strong throw from Garcia over to first to Dill. So Allen down on strikes, went down swinging, and now Luke Pazinski digging in for the second time today. Popped out to the first baseman back in the first inning. Soboka comes set and fires in a slider to Pazinski, and that's ball number one. Soboka coming set right down the middle to Pazinski, and wishes he had that one back as the count evens out, a ball and a strike.
Deep breath from LP coming up. And
the 1-1 on the way, and this one spiked in the ground again. So 2 balls and a strike. Soboka coming set. Big slider inside, and LP has to duck out of the way. So the count now moves to 3-1.
you know how he's walking up to this box. I don't think he wants to draw a walk. I think he wants to go yard. He's got a lot of confidence.
3-1 the count in a big hitter's count. Soboka ready to go. Pazinski hits this one shallow in the air, popped it up again, ranging back and making the catch over at second is Kolfing, and LP now 0 for 2 after following the pop out to the second baseman. And now, speaking of second baseman, York's second baseman Josh Fleming digging in for the second time today. Flew out to center his last time up. Soboka comes set. First pitch on the way is a slider that's way upstairs. So the count now 1-0.
A lot of pitches top shelf where Mom would keep the cookies.
Last thing you want to do is fall behind to Fleming because he will make you pay. Goes inside. Did it clip him? No, it hit the umpire. Fleming able to duck out of the way. The up and in heat from Soboka. So the count now 2-0.
That would have been a nasty bruise to wake up with in the morning.
That would have been painful, especially on this chilly day. Soboka comes at 2-0 on the way. Generous strike call there from the umpire, and showing some life is Soboka as he gets one there. 2 balls and a strike the count.
Still above the hole, Connor.
Soboka comes set and goes inside. Not going to get it there. Missed it a bit downstairs. So 3-1 the count. So Fleming in a very favorable count. See what he's got for him here. Soboka comes set. 3-1 on the way. Is upstairs, ball 4. Fleming draws the walk. So the Dukes have a man aboard
Number 23, Owen Chale.
with 2 away, and Owen Chale steps back into the box. Chale still searching for that first hit. Each base for the first time. And big swing and a miss At a dangerous location for what looked to be a changeup. Elevated, and that's just definitely not where Saboka wanted it, but lucky, very lucky that Chael was just over it. Fleming goes. Chael swings this one. Right field. This one's dropping. Carlson's not going to get there. It's a base hit. Chael on his way to second. No, he holds up the stop sign. Stop sign for Fleming at third as well. So a bloop single for Owen Chael. Just came slicing the right field line. Carlson had no chance to make the grab. And now runners on the corners here for Ryan Lazowski.
Yeah, that was a nice way to have the ball drop right in front of him. Was almost close to getting under it, but as we tell, wasn't able to.
Lazowski reached on an error his last time up.
Looks like Baird is in as the runner once again. Let's see what he can do.
See what the call is for Colby Baird. See if they send him or not. Right now, as it stands, runners on the corners. Wouldn't be surprised to see Baird go. Saboka comes set. Baird does just that, and he goes. No throw down. Garcia's gonna fake him out there. Lazowski takes ball one upstairs, so the count 1-0.
Fred's got a clean little pop up from those slides. You know, it's just like he's just going down and going right back up. It's nice. It's professional.
Trey Turner-esque right there.
Yes.
1-0 on its way upstairs to Lazowski. Count now moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Saboka coming set. Lazowski a big wave and a miss. So the count now 2-1. Drew Gami on deck for the Dukes. So second and third now. Lazowski checks his swing and just catches a piece of the ball and sends it straight back. Count evens out 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 men on for the Dukes. Lazowski's going to pop this one up. In foul territory, Dill running in, and no one's going to get there. Not a great effort. Garcia probably had no chance, but he barely moved. Maybe took 5 steps. Was still on the turf circle at home.
Yeah, face mask still on too.
So Lazowski catching a break there. Stays alive after getting under that one from Saboka. Saboka trying to escape this jam he's got himself in right now. Duke's trying to tack on to the score. Comes set. Called strike 3. Drops the slider in. Catches the outside edge. And Saboka escapes the Dukes. Leaving 2 stranded off 1 hit. We head to the top of the 4th inning here on York Sports Network. Your score still 2-0. Top of the 4th here, 2-0 lead for the York Dukes over the Addison Trail Blazers. Matt Young still out there entering inning number 4. Louis Franzalk back up to bat here, and Young skips it in, bounces over the glove of Chael, so 1-0 is the count. Franzelk walked in his first plate appearance. Allen playing way in, and Young fires in a strike, so the count evens out, 1-1. Young gets the sign, coming set. Here's the pitch, and this swing and a miss. He went to the changeup that time, caught Franzelk on his front leg there. So 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Here's the pitch, and just getting a piece of it is Franzelk, staying alive as he fouls it back to the Duke's dugout over on the third base side.
You know, once the pitch starts to like wind up, you see all like the players go down. It's like one of those super satisfying videos. They all do it at the same time. Everybody's in queue. Watch.
1-2 on the way, and Franzelk fouls it off to the right side, so its count stays 1-2. See what Young switches to here. Yet to see him throw a breaking ball. It's just been straight fastball changeup combo for him. It's worked so far as he's pitched to the tune of 3 scoreless frames with limited traffic. The 1-2 on its way, swung on and tipped. Chael needs a second here.
Oh, yeah, right in the
Just foul tipped it off onto Chael. Looks to be okay, but umpire's giving him a minute to catch his breath and compose himself, but the count still holds 1-2, and now Franzelk and Young are in a bit of a battle here. John, what pitch are you going to in this next one?
You know, I love speed. You just got to just keep hammering out those fastballs, or, I mean, if you can get it dead center, you can get that nice, but I would throw more of a top-edged changeup, just kind of get it down. He's pretty much swinging out a lot that is in his zone, so if you can get something that just sinks a little farther down.
That outside edge two-seamer, he goes right back to the changeup. We'll see what he does here. Comes set. Here's the 1-2. Just outside. Young wanted that one, and the count evens out. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's that heater that I talked about. You know, that's the pitch that I would have done. That's what I would have done.
2-2 on its way. Swung on, hit well into the right center field gap, giving chase, and no one's going to get there. It's going to be extra bases. Gami spins around, fires it over to Fleming, the cutoff man, and Lazowski all the way over at second. And it's a stand-up double there for Louis Franzelk. And now the Blazers have a man in scoring position with no outs.
Yeah, definitely a very impressive play. You know, he got it far out, and nobody was able to get under it. You know, a lot of speed coming from a lot of these kids out there, but nobody's able to get out of it. The Duke Army's going to come on the mound to talk about what's next.
Coach Pitlock ends Matt Young's day here. It's 3 innings for him, and Danny Rabel coming to the mound. We'll step aside. It's pitch and change time here. Young exits with a 2-0 lead. Duke's hoping to retain that here. Addison Trail in business. Man in scoring position, nobody out. We'll be back. Back from the pitching change here. Danny Rabel, the one on the mound. Fastball slider changeup combo for him. Matt Young exits 3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, only 2 hits allowed, and no runs as of now. We'll see if Rabel can work out. He inherits the runner at second with nobody out. Coming set, goes changeup in the dirt. Chael blocks it. So ball 1 to Jonathan Valdez.
Yeah, a lot of noise coming out of the dugout. I think they're trying to scare him, but Danny, he doesn't scare easy.
1-0 on its way. Valdez showing bunt, lays it down. It's a good sacrifice. Rabel going, and he slips. So Valdez makes it over to first, and what was supposed to be a sacrifice ends up turning into a bunt single for Jonathan Valdez, and now the Blazers are in business with runners at the corners.
Again, with the weather conditions, that rain is, you know, it's affecting a couple people. Rabel now and LP earlier in this game.
I mean, Rabel just completely slipped. It almost looks like the grass just kind of
caved in under him.
Yeah, just took a hold of that foot there. Was kind of rushing it there, it looked like, but again, like you just mentioned, conditions not the greatest out there. Chael calling the defensive formation, signs to all the infielders.
You know, the turf monster's probably out there. LP would have liked that.
Matt Garcia steps in. He's 0 for 1 today. Popped out to second base his last time up. Hit the shallow little floater over to Josh Fleming. Rabel coming set. Tries dumping in a slider there.
Rabel seems off his saddle after that little slip up. Hopefully he can come back from that. He's a very impressive pitcher.
Tough task he's got at hand. Coach Pitlock asking him to get out of a no-out jam. A low throw. Great job by Lazowski stopping that one.
Looking like he want to kind of get a redo on that last sacrifice bunt. Try to just take him out of the game.
Rabel comes set, fires in upstairs. The call.
It's a little right, you know, that the ump has been very generous with these right calls. So it's kind of hard to see it where it is.
Just outs there, that outside edge, he's been giving it to him. I guess it was just a little bit upstairs. 2-0 the count. Rabel misses again, 3-0. I mean, if I'm Matt Garcia, this has got to be a take for me. No matter what. Rabel comes set, fires in a strike, and that's exactly what Garcia was doing. He was never going to swing the bat. Counts 3-1, so now let's see what Garcia can craft up here. Rabel comes set, ball 4, and the throw is going to be not going to matter. They call him out, but it's ball 4. So the throw in time from Chael would have gotten him if Rabel didn't walk the batter. So he'll get Valdez a free pass to second base. 5-pitch walk worked by Matt Garcia. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Trevor Sosin digging into the box now.
It's like the first lefty pitcher or hitter that he's going to encounter today.
Rabel goes right down the middle, gets some good arm side run on that 2-seamer, and it's 0-1. Sosin 1 for 1 today, as there's a courtesy runner for the Blazers. Bringing in number 21, Aaron Pastuski, to pinch run for Matt Garcia, who goes to get the gear on. Rabel coming set, 0-1 the count. Sosin 1 for 1 today. He had an infield single in his last at-bat. Here's the pitch. Goes slider right there. Drops it into the zone. So 0-2 now the count. So we'll see what Rabel can craft up here, trying to get the first out of the inning.
I don't think he has to craft anything new. Those 2 pitches were perfect right down the middle.
Rabel coming set, and this one is fouled away. Good job by Sosin staying alive.
Yeah, again, you know, that perfect right down the middle pitch. That's the risk you run. You know, they get fouled out or even just home run right to the houses, hit somebody's garden.
0-2 on the way. Rabel comes set. Here's the pitch. Low, inside and low. So now 1-2. Rabel still ahead in the count. Sosin sticking around and putting up a decent battle here. This one fouled away once again.
Yeah, he stays to see another pitch.
Just staying alive, just trying to put it in play to get that first run across. I mean, he's kind of just looking to swing to induce a ground ball. Rabel looking for a strikeout here. And Sosin fouls this one off. Late swing almost. Looked like he didn't even want to hit it. Catches the inside of the bat, fouls it off to the right side. So the count's going to hold. A ball and 2 strikes still.
Yeah, I didn't see that ground ball talk that you were talking about earlier, but after that swing, I definitely see it. Just get a ground ball, something in play, move the runners across.
1-2. Rabel coming set. Here's the pitch, and Sosin fouls off yet another one, and he continues to stay alive. Great battle being put on by Rabel and Sosin here. Last few pitches have been fastballs, though. We'll see if he switches it up.
Yeah.
Rabel gets the sign, comes set. 1-2 on its way. Goes upstairs with a fastball. Sosin puts the barrel on the ball and fouls it away once again. And now I think it's time you got to switch it up.
Yeah. Addison Trail's dugout is absolutely electric, Connor.
They've got the bases loaded with no outs. They've got a reason to be excited. They've got the opportunity to take the lead here. Rabel coming set, trying to control the damage. 1-2 on the way is inside, ball 2. Went back to the fastball and skipped it in, almost hitting Sosin, who has now worked it to an even count.
You know, this is where you need to take a deep breath and just realize how this game is about to fall out.
2-2 on the way, line drive right to Pazinski, who makes the play, and they double him off at second, and Fleming will run it back to the mound. I mean, they caught him sleeping over at second base. They're able to double off Valdez as well as get Sosin, who lines out to Pazinski. Really nice defensive play.
Hey, LP, he'll wake up those sleeping players. They call him the alarm clock. I'm kidding. They don't call him that.
So there's 2 outs, and Joel Kolfing steps back in for the second time. Grounded out to Nick Allen his last time up. Now Rabel, 2 outs, men on the corners. He got the opportunity to escape the jam, and he fires in a strike there. A lot more breathing room now for the Dukes reliever.
Yeah, you got a gap in between all the pillows. You got one 90 feet away and another one 2 bases away. It's definitely a controllable point.
No balls and a strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Rabel comes back, tries getting him. Did he get him? No, he did not. Diving back safely to first is Garcia. I'm sorry, not Garcia. The pinch runner, Pastuski. Courtesy, I should say. Rabel coming set. 0-1 on its way is a changeup that misses low and away, so the count evens out a ball and a strike.
Still an electric bullpen.
Comes set. This one chopped on the ground. Right back to Allen, who's going to pick it up, but it's foul.
Yeah. That's a tough call to make, especially if you're an ump.
Almost better that it's a foul ball. That was hit so slow. Kolfing actually probably had a pretty good chance to beat out the throw. Rabel gets a strike, so he's got even – he can throw just about anything right now with the count being 1-2. Comes set. Here's the pitch. This one hit on the line. Pazinski boots it. First run's going to score, and Kolfing is aboard first. That was a rocket hit right at Pazinski. It would have been an incredible play if he made it, but it's going to be an infield single for Joe Kolfing.
Yeah, his thigh's got to be hurting. I don't know if you saw it, Connor, but that just drilled him right in the quad.
Santino Dill stepping up now. So runners on first and second as Pastuski moves into scoring position. Dill, the batter, 0 for 1. Grounded out to Lazowski his first time up. Andrew Papadopoulos heads to the bullpen. Beginning to throw. Rabel coming set. First pitch on the way. It's upstairs to Dill. Scores now 2-1 with Addison Trail still threatening here in the top of the fourth inning. Rabel comes set. Dill, a big swing and a miss. Count evens out, a ball and a strike.
A lot of movement from those plates. Rabel checks.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Went upstairs and he got Dill to chase. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, a lot of wiggle room here when you got 2 strikes, 1 ball.
Rabel comes set. Chael setting up outside. Swung on and missed. Rabel gets Dill to strike out, and he escapes what was a bases loaded jam at one point, but not without no damage done. Addison Trail puts 1 on the board off of 2 hits and a walk. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Dukes looking to extend their lead. 2-1 your score here at York High School. Here for the bottom of the fourth inning, Drew Gami stepping up to bat.
Now batting for the Dukes.
2-1 your score. The Dukes looking to get some offense going. They had something going in the second inning. Started to get something going in the third before being shut down. And Saboka's doing a great job working through traffic as Gami rips a base hit to left field. Hit on a dart over by the shortstop. And Gami takes a big turn around first, and he's got himself his first single of the year.
Coach isn't even over at the base yet. He had to run over to talk to him.
Number 5.
First pitch single for Drew Gami, and now Jack Bodak, the designated hitter, digging in once again. Responsible for both runs that have scored, an RBI base hit for him that drove in 2. This one up the middle, but it's right into the glove of the shortstop. Sex on second, throw over to first, and it's a double play. Great job by Saboka getting out of the way that almost took his head off, and Bodak hit that one hard, but that could not have been more tailor-made up the middle for Valdez to turn 2.
Yeah, definitely. It was like a master class double play. You know, that's something you see in the movies. You know, they got a tether to the ball right over the pitcher.
So in 2 pitches, he's got 2 outs after giving up a hard base hit to Drew Gami. And Austin Jeva digs in, and he takes strike 1. Count moves to 0-1. Saboka coming set, and Jeva hits this one well into left field, and coming over and making the grab is going to be Sosin. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Saboka. Bottom of the fourth, or top of the fifth, I should say. Cut up, your score is still 2-1. Here for the top of the 5th inning, new pitcher entering the game for the Dukes. It's Andrew Papadopoulos.
This is the pitcher that Connor wanted all game long, and he was telling me during break, if Pop comes back, I'm going to do a little dance. And he did
say that.
He did do his little
dance.
dance.
I, in fact, did not do a dance. Quite happy to see Pop out there. Was supposed to pitch yesterday, but didn't get in. And he starts it off with a strike, his first pitch of his varsity career in there to Robbie Morales with an awkward wave and a miss.
Definitely something to be excited about from this Pop kid.
Papadopoulos comes set the 0-1 on its way, and Morales fouls it off, so he quickly jumps ahead 0-2. He's got a pretty lively fastball coming in there. Oh, 2 the count. Papadopoulos comes set, a big bending slider that's right down the middle and is called for ball 1. Wow, that was
Generous.
filthy. I'm quite surprised that wasn't called strike 3. The 1-2 on its way is in there, and yet another one that I think should have been strike 3.
You know, he had a little wink after that slider.
Wow.
Definitely a lot of confidence from him.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Morales. Papadopoulos coming set, and Morales pokes this one out, slicing into foul territory. It will land.
Yeah, not a lot of run from him. Like right after that, I think he almost saw the ball start to drift. You know, you got a little bit of a wind coming over from the houses, so balls up high, they kind of come back towards St. Charles.
Two balls, 2 strikes the count. Morales works it back to an even count, fights off an outside fastball from Papadopoulos, who comes set, fires inside, ball 3. All 3 of his misses have been quite close, but Morales works it back to a full count.
Also very generous balls, but I'm not a numb for a reason.
Payoff pitch on the way in there, swung on and missed. It's off the glove of Chael. Chael off to the races. Can he get it in time? Fires it over. Lazowski scoops it out of the dirt, and they get him in time. Great job by Owen Chael, sticking with it and firing a dart. Lazowski scoops it out, and Papadopoulos starts the inning out with a strikeout.
Tyler Eigelman.
Yeah.
Tyler Eigelman.
Chael was getting a couple barks from the Addison Trail dugout. It's kind of crazy to see. They were all just like looking at him, and I looked over.
Want to get things going. Tyler Eigelman back in the box his second time today. Drew a walk his first time up, and Papadopoulos can't get the call there. Likes to work inside, but that's just not where they've been calling him, so he's got to learn to adjust as Eigelman jumps ahead 1-0.
Still no sleeves from Eigelman either.
It's this one really soft. Allen coming charging in, gloves it cleanly, loses the hat, and a great throw to first, and 2 quick outs, or the quick second out, I should say, for Papadopoulos. And Allen just so smooth over with the glove. Now Casey Carlson back up. He's 0 for 2 today.
One thing I will say about Allen, not just that he's an impressive player, but that hair, man. I'm a man for nice hairstyles. He's got the flow.
Oh, man. Papadopoulos comes set. First pitch on the way to Carlson is in there for strike number 1.
Carlson didn't look very happy with that pitch either.
Hasn't been calling it all day. Pop gets his first one on the inside edge. 0-1 on its way. Quickly turns to 0-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. Carlson absolutely buckled by the slider. And now the count is 0-2. Carlson quickly finds himself in the hole. So we'll see what Papadopoulos has here. He comes set. Goes right back to the slider that drops in right down the middle. And a quick inning for Andrew Papadopoulos in his season debut. Strikes out 2, retires the side. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score still 2-1. Here for the bottom of the fifth inning, 2-1 still your score.
19, Jackson Bowie.
JJ Saboka still on the mound. He's having a great game, only giving up 2 runs through 4 innings of work, both coming in the second inning. So 3 scoreless, 3 out of his 4 innings have been scoreless frames. Starts off Jackson Bowie with a first pitch fastball upstairs for ball 1. Saboka coming set, the 1-0 on its way. Bowie fouls it straight back into the netting, so the count evens out, a ball and a strike.
Back towards our way. I could see the netting on that ball.
Reach up and try and catch it.
Yeah, I'm going to fall out the window, and I'm not going to have an announcer with you. You'd probably like it that way.
Ball and a strike. Bowie fouls it straight back once again. No, it's awesome having someone here. When you spend so much time in this booth alone, having someone to do it with is quite a nice change in all honesty. Bowie in the hole, 1-2 now, so he's got to dig himself out of it. Struck out his last time up.
Especially when it's your best friend.
Saboka comes set, throws it right down the middle. Bowie fouls it off back over to the right side, so the count holds, a ball and 2 strikes.
Bowie's out there fighting again. Fought last game a little bit too until he was eventually struck out.
Good at bat his last one, despite it ending in a strikeout, as Bowie skies this one over left side, ranging over and making the catch is the shortstop Valdez in the shallow left territory. So Bowie's retired for the second time today.
Next up for the Dukes, third baseman, number 22,
Long
Nick
fight from
Allen.
Bowie too. I mean, not something he shouldn't be upset with.
String together some decent at-bats, fighting off some pretty good pitches, and especially a guy like Saboka with a great slider.
And great reading, too. Sorry, I cut you off a little bit. A great reading.
Nick Allen steps back in, and he takes ball 1. Just a bit inside. Allen 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a pop-out to second base. Saboka coming set, and Allen hits this one well to center field straight away, and he'll line out to center as Frenzog barely had to move, and that's a hard out from Nick Allen right there.
Now batting shortstop, number
And
1,
Luke Pazinski
Luke Pazinski.
stepping into the box. Popped out to first base his first time up. Last at bat, he popped out to the second baseman. Just really hasn't been out in front of many.
Changed his routine when he walked up to plate.
Saboka comes set and fires a ball upstairs. 1-0.
I'm going to ask about that tomorrow. His little change-up routine.
Saboka comes set. Pazinski lines this one into left field, and it touches down for a base hit. Pazinski hard turnaround first, and he'll stop with a base hit. And there's some life in this Dukes offense with 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
And that changes in his routine definitely helped. I mean, that's a hit that is very impressive. Was able to just kind of go right over the players, right over shortstop, and just got right out there.
Still no action in the Addison Trail bullpen. Josh Fleming digging in. 0 for 1 today. Drew a walk his last at bat. Saboka coming set, and Fleming hits off the end of the bat, and it gets under the glove of the first baseman, Dill. The second baseman, Colfing, cuts it off. Probably the softest hit Josh Fleming's ever had, and he's in a York uniform, and he's aboard first base. And now with 2 away, the Dukes are starting to cook something up here, and Owen Chale is up to bat.
Next up for the
Definitely a
Dukes, number 23,
tight
catcher,
position. You
Owen
got 2
Chale.
out and you got 2 on. And you got 1 up. I mean, if you can just get a little ground ball, just even like bunt and have a sacrifice would be nice.
It's 2 outs, John.
It's 2 outs. That's what I said. 2-2.
So you can't sacrifice yourself.
Oh, true.
Chale takes a slider for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Saboka coming set and goes right back to the slider. Chale skies this one, and who's got it? And it's the second baseman, Colfing. So Saboka escapes yet again, and he's having himself a day. And it's up to this Addison Trail offense to come back. So we'll see what they've got in store. Top of the 6th coming your way soon. Back here for the top of the 6th inning, Andrew Papadopoulos back out on the mound for inning number 2.
Now
Strong
batting for
first
88,
inning, striking out 2 in relief of
Franchuk.
Danny Rabel. Louis Franchuk, the batter.
No dance from Connor this time.
Didn't dance the first time. Papadopoulos comes set. First pitch, hit on the ground. Real easy play for Josh Fleming, who gets up and fires it over to Lazowski, and there's one away. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the top of the 6th inning. Here for Andrew Papadopoulos.
Next up for Addison Trail, number 8.
Looking like a lot more confident out there. I mean, that was a confident first start, but I mean,
Talk about just coming out and making an immediate impact. I mean, I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I bet you did.
Jonathan Valdez, the batter now as he fouls it away, 0-1 the count.
Garcia almost put his hand out, almost broke it. That thing came down quick. Tried to catch the ball that was fouled.
He's a catcher. He's got his hand's been his left hand's been through a lot worse, even with a catching glove on. Papadopoulos misses with the slider in the dirt, so the count evens out, a ball and a strike. Comes set. Here's the pitch, and this is inside, so now they count 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, looking like he just. I want to see that slider again that he had.
And this one's hit well into left field. That'll be a base hit, and Valdez jogging over to first. So the first real hard contact off Papadopoulos comes from the bat of Jonathan Valdez, who singles.
Now batting, number 25, Matt Garcia.
Now Matt Garcia, the batter. 1 away. Papadopoulos comes set, and there's a good slider there. Can't get Garcia to chase. Count is 1-0. Papadopoulos fires back. Pickoff attempt is no good, as diving back safely is Valdez. Not that big of a leadoff for him.
Yeah, he locked eyes with that guy.
Papadopoulos coming set. Here's the pitch, and this one is hit foul. Not hit very hard, slicing over towards that right field netting.
Perrin almost caught it.
A ball on a strike. Probably wouldn't have hurt either. Kind of got it off the end of the bat. Got a little loft to it.
Yeah.
Papadopoulos comes set. 1-1 on its way. Is hit into the right center gap. Coming over. Gami diving. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Oh, what a play from Drew Gami out in center field.
Hey, that's not the first time we've seen that, Connor. Yesterday made a sliding catch, sliding dive catch. And that was very impressive to watch. Was able to win that game like we talked about earlier.
Really nice play. Gami gets a great jump, and he is really fast. I mean, he's got some lightning speed. He's able to come down, cut it off. I mean,
he's got like Duke Ellis kind of lightning speed.
This one, a slider missing inside to Trevor Sosin. Sosin 1 for 2. Lined into a double play his last time out. This one chopped on the ground over the glove of Papadopoulos. Fleming comes charging in, throws it to first, but he throws it away. Heading to third and holding is going to be Valdez, and with 2 outs, Sosin reaches on the air by Josh Fleming, and that one's just awkward.
Yeah, Valdez is not a guy you want 90 feet away. I mean, we've seen his speed earlier, and 90 feet away.
Sosin gets to second, and I mean, that one was just hit really slow. Papadopoulos, it bounced over his glove, and Fleming had to charge in after Valdez passed him, and he just sped up the throw, tried to go with that submarine, just kind of toss over to first, and it didn't really work. So now Papadopoulos has some traffic going on with 2 away. So the tying run is 90 feet away. The go-ahead run in scoring position, and Joe Colfing, the batter, starts ahead in the count 1-0. Papadopoulos comes set, fires it in, swing and a miss on the elevated fastball. Count evens out, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, it looked like it was just right under.
Some action in the bullpen. Can't quite make out who that is. Papadopoulos coming set. Slider, he checked his swing. Yes, he did go. Home plate umpire making the call. Nope, he wants the appeal. He's not going to get it.
He's pouring over like a little kid trying to grab something. You know, he wants your attention, but he's not getting it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Papadopoulos has the opportunity to work out of a jam here. Comes set. The 1-2 on its way. Slider in there. Called strike 3. Papadopoulos works out of it. A strands 2. Really nice work from the junior righty there. And the Dukes retain their 2-1 lead. Addison Trail leaves 2 guys stranded off 1 hit. We head to the bottom of the 6th as this game, the home opener for the Dukes, is starting to come to a close. Bottom of the 6th coming your way right now as Ryan Lazowski steps up to bat here.
Now batting for the
JJ Saboka still out there, and he's having himself a great game. Comes set. The first pitch on the way to Lazowski is a slider that's outside.
first baseman Ryan Lazowski.
1-0 the count. Saboka comes set, and this one's upstairs. Lazowski taking ball 2, jumps ahead quickly, 2-0. 2-0 on its way. Lazowski hits a rocket down the line, and it's fair. A base hit for Ryan Lazowski, taking a big turn, and he'll hold at first. Dukes are in business there. Are in business right now. Leadoff single for Ryan Lazowski and Drew Gami coming to the plate.
Yeah, that was a nice ball. Just tapped right against the line and stayed in, and then he got that first. And, I mean, no outs either, so you're definitely in a comfortable position.
Drew Gami digging in, showing bunt, gets it down, and it's going to skip foul. Gami 1 for 2 today. Ripped a single to right field his last time up. Saboka comes set. Gami showing bunt again, pops it up, pushes it to the right side.
Yeah, definitely a game plan for York. Just going to bunt it, try to get Lewandowski just over one more base.
0-2 the count to Drew Gami. Gotta think he's going to swing here. No way he bunts again, and he won't. As that one's inside, Saboka really wanted that one. That was a nice inside fastball, but, I mean, you've been at all game. You've got to know the zone at this point. They're just not calling that.
Yeah, you got to start working your pitches around that.
That outside edge, I mean, it's worked for you all game with the slider. You just kind of got to live there. Gami lifts this one, left field, dropping right into the glove of the left fielder, Sosin, who makes the play. So now there's one away. Another solid piece barrel from Drew Gami there.
Sosin's got a lot of action of recent, you know. Got a couple fly balls right over into him.
Field a few base hits as well.
Yeah.
Evident by the Ryan Lazowski base hit that just happened the previous at-bat. Jack Bodak now up to bat, and Sosin's got some more action. Soft fly ball making the catch, and they're not going to double off Lazowski, but a one-pitch out for Saboka, and that's exactly what he needs as he's in his 6th inning of work. Marco Giorno, the pinch hitter now.
Pinch hitter for the Dukes.
Pinch
number
hitting
11,
for Austin
Marco
Jeva.
Giorno.
So weak fly out from Jack Bodek. Now with 2 outs, Marco Giorno, who's not getting the start today, will pinch hit for Austin Jeva, the left fielder.
Gonna exchange numbers, left side.
Coach Pitlock letting the umpire know what the substitution is. Marco gonna quick chat with hitting coach Dave Arnold over at first base.
Like we talked about earlier, very impressive. Coached a couple kids on this team.
Including Giorno. That is his hitting coach.
Oh, yeah. So very familiar with how he hits. And that's a benefit to definitely your team if you got a couple coachable kids that you already know and then just teach the rest.
Good for your team, but it's additionally good for the players that know him. They know his style, and they know exactly what he's looking for. First pitch to Marco Giorno is a slider in there for strike 1 from Saboka.
You know, with these lefty hitters, I mean, that zone that the ump's been calling, he just knows exactly where to throw it.
Slider was right there, dropped it in. Goes right back to the slider. This time it's way upstairs, so count evens out, ball and a strike.
Top shelf. Mom keeps the cookies.
It's a very tall shelf as that was way up.
Yeah.
Runner goes. Giorno rips this one into center field. It'll fall for a base hit. Rounding second on his way to third. The ball gets underneath the center fielder. Lazowski's on his way home. Giorno will hold at second, and the Dukes tack on another run off of the error.
Yeah,
Marco Giorno driving in a run in his pinch hit at bat. Yet, make that the second game in a row, he's driven someone in.
Up for the Dukes, right
yeah,
fielder.
that center fieldman, he's not happy with that. Just right under, just slipped, and you know he kind of stopped mid-play and put his hands on his head.
So that'll be a base hit for Giorno with an E8 added on that allows him to advance to second and lets the run score. And Jackson Bowie fists this one over to the bullpen. It'll go over the fence. Jack Hansman can't reach over and grab it.
I don't think he could reach over. I mean,
it's a tall fence.
Short guy.
So 0-1 the count on Bowie. Spoka coming set. Fires a fastball upstairs.
A lot of pitches upstairs. I don't know why he's not just sticking to what he knows and what the coaches know.
Starting to miss upstairs. He's letting go too early. This is not what he's just not trying to work higher. He's just fatigue. Bowie skies this one. Foul territory. Camping underneath and reaching behind and making the play for the final out of the inning is Morales. So Saboka not happy, but he's got to know that one was not his fault. The run should not have scored there. The Dukes tack on another on the RBI base hit from Marco Giorno. Score now 3-1. We head to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th here, 3 outs needed for the Dukes to complete a 3-1 victory over Addison Trail. Santino Dill, the batter, the new pitcher, Nate Rickenbrode, looking to close it out in this save opportunity here.
Taller fellow.
Rickenbrode comes set, fires a fastball up and away for ball 1.
Dugout's definitely excited about that one. Don't know what they're cheering for. Rickenbrode will send you away.
Misses outside again. Chael trying to corral his pitcher, calm him down. So count 2-0. Rickenbrode comes set, swung on and missed. Big wave and a miss from Dill. Dill struck out swinging his last time up. Count now 2-1.
Somebody should have warned him.
Rickenbrode comes set, the 2-1 on its way. Cannot clip the outside edge. Really good pitch there from him. So it counts now 3-1.
Yeah, if it wasn't more of a generous, what do you call it? Call. Yeah, it would have been. Definitely.
Dill fouls it off, so the count's now full. So Rickenbrode working his way, fighting back into this at-bat. Payoff pitch on its way. Hit softly on the ground. Routine play for Pazinski. Comes up. Quick throw to first. And the first batter of the inning is retired. And Rickenbrode comes back after being down in the count. Robbie Morales now digging in. He's 0 for 2 with 2 swinging strikeouts.
You know, I should have done a little dance with Rickenbrode.
Rickenbrode comes set. Here's the pitch. And this one's fouled straight back. So he jumps ahead in front of the count for this batter.
Looks like a little bit of conversating with the ump and the catcher there.
Wonder what they could be conversing about.
Only they know. If you're a catcher, you know about that.
Rickenbrode comes set and fouling it off is Morales, so now he's in the hole 0-2.
That went over. Heard a parent scream, "You hit a BMW."
No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Rickenbrode is downstairs, so the count now a ball and 2 strikes. Rickenbrode comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and just getting a piece of it is Morales. So the count will hold at a ball and 2 strikes. Jack Hansman in the bullpen warming up just in case. 1-2 on its way is fouled off again. So Morales putting up a really good fight. Morales calling time. Rickenbrode got his sign. Sticking with the same sign here. This one's up the middle, and Rickenbrode can't get a glove on it, so it's a base hit for Morales, who wins the battle.
Almost took the ankle off of him.
Hard ground ball up the middle. Morales on first base with 1 away. And now Eigelman
Looks like some
steps
shoes
in.
being tied at first.
Little assist from the first base coach.
Hey, once you got those mitts on and all those gloves, you can't do it.
No. Eigelman 0 for 1 with a walk. Grounded out to third his last time up. Rickenbrode misses low and away.
It would have been high and array. It would have been a strike.
1-0 the count. Rickenbrode checks on Morales at first. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike one. Firing in a fastball right at the knees. And Eigelman was way behind it there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 3-1 your score. Rickenbrode climbs the ladder there, and Eigelman doesn't bite.
Yeah, almost eye level.
Rickenbrode comes set, swung on and missed, goes right back to that four-seamer at the knees. So the count evens out 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rickenbrode, the payoff pitch is, 2-2 pitch is fouled away by Eigelman, staying alive.
Stay off St. Charles. There's a baseball in the road.
It's just a common occurrence.
Hey, when the New York Dukes are winning, there's going to be a couple baseballs on the road. It's not a uncommon occurrence.
I don't think that many make it onto the road, in all honesty. It's very not as frequent as you think.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. I mean, that's pretty long.
Rickenbrode comes set, the 2-2 on its way, bounces it in. Chael tries back picking high throw, and it's not in time to get Morales. Now the count is full.
If awareness was 99, it would have been right there.
Just missed the throw a bit high. Chael's, for the most part, been on the money. Would have thrown a guy out if it wasn't ball 4 earlier in the game. Rickenbrode coming set, the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. He strikes him out, and now there's 2 away. Nate Rickenbrode 1 out away from finishing this game off, and he's got Casey Carlson, who's 0 for 3 today.
What do you think is sunflower seed flavor? He with all this drip, he's got to be like something exotic, like dill pickle or bacon.
It's not exotic.
You don't think dill pickle's
No,
exotic?
the exotic ones are like the partnership ones. Like if
the Taki ones?
The Taki ones, the
Those are
Taco Bell ones.
I used to mix those bags together and go fishing.
Rickenbrode's first offering to Carlson. He fouls straight back into the netting. So once again, he finds himself in the hole 0-1.
We'll be off the tangent about sunflower seeds.
Struck out on 3 pitches his last at bat. Papadopoulos carved him up. Struck out looking. Rickenbrode off to a great start as well. Goes to a slider there. This one's going to get away from Chael. And Morales into scoring position. So a man in scoring position. There's 2 outs. And your leadoff man is up. So Rickenbrode wants to be careful here. Count 1-1. Here's the offering. Low and in. And the runner's going. Chael's got him dead in the water. Allen applies the tag. No, he's safe. Oh, my. Wow.
Whoa.
Allen jumped up, but he kept his glove down the whole time. That should have ended the game.
Yeah. I am speechless. I don't think I've ever seen a play like that. I think he was very upset. I mean, you could see the
Allen couldn't believe it, and quite frankly, I can't either.
I can't either, Connor.
Count moves to 2-1. So there's a man 90 feet away from scoring, and Carlson's going to call time.
Yeah, after that, I was ready to get my post-game little speech going. Thank you for tuning in to York Sports Network.
Yeah, that final game breakdown right there.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about all the great things that have been happening.
2-1 on its way, right down the middle. Carlson taking strike 2.
Warming up the vocal cords for the end. But no, I guess we
sing us a little song?
Maybe.
Please don't. I think everyone at home would appreciate that. 2-2 on its way. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-run lead for the Dukes. Rickenbrode misses low and away. And now the count is full. Jack Hansman has been throwing this entire time since I first called his name stretching out in the bullpen. Now he's fully warming up.
They don't know my carpool karaoke, by the way.
Rickenbrode comes set. Carlson chops this one on the ground. Allen gloves it. Steps up. Fires it to first in time. And the Dukes win their home opener 3-1. Nate Rickenbrode finishes the job, picks up the save, and the Dukes win by 2. And, John, just your closing thoughts here.
I mean, you know, Connor, definitely every part of this machine was moving. It was oiled up. I think my favorite part was like the 5th and 4th inning when the Dukes were up to bat. Those back-to-back hits that were just all couldn't stay off the bat. It was just going electric. And, I mean, that's what you get when you get a 3-1 win coming out. And especially I love seeing Matt Young, the sophomore.
Strong start for him for sure. And this
Papadopoulos, your little dance you did.
Did not do a dance, folks, but it's been a great pitching performance. The questions were answered, and I mean, this was something that we were not concerned about, but wondered about heading in just with this team dealing it with injuries. And the 3 guys that hopped on the mound today responded really strongly.
Yeah, I don't think the concerns are any more,
No,
Connor.
no.
Definitely not.
Winning pitcher today is Andrew Papadopoulos. Pitches 2 innings in relief. Matt Young, 3 innings, 2 strikeouts. Danny Rabel cleans it up in the 4th, getting out of a jam. Andrew Papadopoulos, though, the winning pitcher with 3 strikeouts. Nate Rickenbrode picks up the save. Your losing pitcher, JJ Saboka, but he had himself a great day. 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 hits, 3 runs, and only 2 were earned. The Dukes win their home opener on 3 runs off of 6 hits and 1 error. Addison Trail able to put up 1 off 6 hits and 2 errors. That'll do it from us here from the York High School baseball field alongside John Finucane. I've been Connor Choi. We thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night and go Dukes.
God bless the Dukes.